Welcome back. We are gonna be doing something a little bit different. I picked up two easy deflators, not the ARB brand. I don't know what's up with the something. Must be just one of the lights above me. Anyways, easy deflators from a company called Rockwheelin. Now they are somewhat local. They're out of Calgary, Alberta, and both out of rockwheelin.ca. I'm not paid for this by any means, guys. But what I am going to do is do a quick review. They have a digital one, and I believe it comes in at like 55 bucks. I'll put a link below, and if the prices are wrong, I'll correct them on the screen as well. And I believe this is $45. Overall construction compared to an ARB Easy Deflator, very similar. Snap ring in there, really simple. We're going to tear one of these apart and take a look. We're also going to do a test on the gauges. So the first thing I'm noticing is the power did not turn on. Pop off. And it looks like there's no indication that they're anything special. Pretty cheap flimsy plastic, to be honest. I don't expect much for $55 on a digital gauge. But two AA batteries. It says it's a 0 to 200 psi gauge, whereas the mechanical is only a 0 to 60. So we're also going to test the accuracy. This looks like it's going to be 1/8 inch MPT. I'm going to spin it off and I'm going to compare it to a calibrated pressure gauge that I have here at work, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get the right batteries, put the batteries in, we'll fire it up, we'll go through the functions between probably KPA, bar, PSI, just to kind of compare. And as you can tell, this gauge is a standard 0 to 60. We're also going to pop one of these off, the C clips off, and pull the tool right out so you can take a look at how it's built. Be right back. Okay, so I got the mechanical one all torn apart, pulled the snap ring off pretty quick. This is actually a really good example of seeing what's going on. So in the closed position, you can see, and I'm see if I pull this right apart, but there's a little hole here. So now this is seated, and you slide this up, and then now the valve stem slides up with it, and then air pressure is going to push it up, and then it vents out of this hole. You're totally seated in there as you pull this up. Now that air hole is exposed and you are venting air. There is just an O-ring in here, two O-rings, top and bottom, which give you your seals. I would highly suggest, and even on the ARBs, guys, keeping lube available, just some white lithium grease, nothing crazy. See if I can get it to focus, so that way you don't have a seal fail. So that's pretty simple. Both are built the exact same way in that regard. Again, there's just this little valve stem remover tool, effectively. There we go. We are all set up with the mechanical versus digital. Not plugged in yet. 0 psi, 0 psi. Still reading 0, so let's do a test. We're gonna watch for this needle to see when it moves. I'm guessing it's gonna be about 3 psi, then it starts to move. Yeah, look at that. So it just bumped off. So accuracy already much better. 2.9 psi. So we're gonna bring this to 5 psi, and we'll see how close it is to the 5 psi mark. I'm actually guessing it might be slightly high, but that's fine. I think we are really close. 5 psi, and it is on money. Look at that, just a hair above. And look at that, 5.2. This thing's, wow. Let's bring this to 10. PSI, 10.1. Would you look at that? On the money, dead nuts accurate. Whoa, I've never seen a tire gauge this accurate before. I've always said, like, even the ARB was, I haven't tested the gauge. You know what, I still have the gauge. I should test the gauge. 15 PSI, and it's at, like, you would look at that when you're looking at it and go, yeah, that's 15. It's, holy. Just a touch high, but we are just a touch high. So I'm gonna test this. I'm actually gonna bring it right up to, we know it's got good low end accuracy. We're gonna jump up 10 PSI to 30. 30. Bring it right to 40. Bring it right to 50, and again we're going to test the downward accuracy. 50, 50, and 53.6 is the max I got. Look at that, 53 point something, crazy. So we're gonna go straight to 25. That's what we're more concerned about. I'm going from street pressure to wheeling pressure as a daily wheeler, especially on a heavy truck. I'm telling you guys, this is unbelievable. So at 25 psi, coming down from almost full scale, we are at 26 psi. So now, oh, well, it's not quite enough, so we're gonna go to 20. Again, just a touch high. And it gets back into its accurate range. So we're getting down to 10. And it's pretty normal for a gauge to read different going up from down. Little above 10, little below 10. Not really negligible. So now I'm rock bouncing and I'm getting down to 5 psi in Moab and need lots of traction out there. 4.4 and it reads 5. So now we're going to read them both down to 0. So repeatability on this gauge is accurate. I think the first test up might have had some small discrepancy. All good. It is within a PSI. It is more accurate, in my opinion, than the digital gauge. However, it reads high. Not a bad thing. We're talking about a pound, less than a pound. Overall, I can recommend both of these products. I bought them both. I didn't get paid for this. I wanted to just test. I set up a testing rig. I have the options at work to do this, thankfully. Absolutely, I'd buy it. I'm going to use both of them, and I'll maybe do a 6-month update on how they're holding up. This is about the only thing that really is a little bit concerning, is it comes off really easy, but that's good because you can put a better gauge on it if this gauge breaks, and then you still have the deflator. My case, I have an ARB without the needle puller because it appears that it died on me. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and most of all, share this video for all your buddies looking for an easy deflator or wanting to know, hey, how accurate are these easy deflators? Easy deflator style. Rock Wheeling brought these in. They're pretty affordable. Probably find them on a couple other websites. They look like they're Chinese made. That's okay. Likely speaking, if you see one that is the same, I just tested the accuracy for you. Let me know if you see another link below and comment below, and I maybe can pick that one up and test it too. Talk to you guys soon. Stay running off-road, guys. I'll talk to you later.